Today is Earth Day, and I have the absolute honor and privilege of sitting down with Ere from Ere Perez Cosmetics. And you are truly a ray of light and such a leader in sustainable beauty. I would love to learn more about how you have woven sustainability into your brand since day one.
Well, the most important for me is just sit down for a coffee, have time, enjoy. It's something that when you look at beauty, what it is really about you going, you trying to do your very best to maybe enhance your own beauty. And I feel like when it's about sustainability, you do also have to enjoy all your surroundings and have that connection of the single change that you can do for the good of everyone. Mm-hmm. So every time I have a choice, if something, I think about, okay, you can no longer just thinking you, I guess. It's always been something as being part of a family as a woman, being part of a community, being part of a country or two countries in my, I feel like I have superpowers. When you're gonna create a product, you feel like I can do whatever I want. This is what happened when you're an entrepreneurial or you, Marisa, in your own business. You can do whatever you want. This is the freedom we have in Mexico, in Australia. We have a lot of freedom in do and choose whatever we want. So sustainability, it is your choice. That's what it is. Yeah. What you want to do with who you create, what you buy, what you use, how you are. If you really, do we really got to walk around 2-3 minutes with a coffee and then go to the office, or do we sit down and have a coffee and enjoy that and then have that time as that's my time and then go to the office without it? So then you save that cup, let's say. So sustainability is a lot in packaging decision in regard to beauty. It's about the ingredient dignity that you have also in your ingredients. It's about ingredients that are not in danger, that are found in earth in abundance. Is all to do with every choice that goes into every product, which sometimes it gets quite confronting. And I keep asking this question: are you the girl who like to wear a beautiful leather jacket that's gonna be biodegradable, or are you the girl who wants to have that safe of the animal and wear a vegan jacket that is made of PVC, which is plastic and is not biodegradable, but it will last forever? So this is a choice. So both choices are right and wrong for one or the other. So you got to choose who you are as an individual. So this is in regards to beauty and to sustainable brands, you got to choose what are the brand that you are, what kind of sustainability I'm bringing into the play with my decisions. So there's a few. You can choose to have products that last a long time. Mm-hmm. So, for example, I know you love our carrot pots, carrot pots. So, they last ages.
I've had mine for so long, and you only need the smallest amount and it goes such a long way. Yeah.
It is something that, if you have a product that lasts a long time, then I'm saving to buy a few. So I go, okay, this is a blush, it's a lipstick, it's a, it's a bit of a shadow if you want. It's not really for the eyes, but you can also use it. You can just tint it and dab it on your lips. Like, then if you do want to have that as something that, how many other products will you buy instead of the two pieces? You have a beautiful glass and a beautiful aluminum that looks nice, that looks luxe. We still don't have that high-end price. Still kind of mid-market. We are not at all, I can say, a very, affordable product for everyone, but we are that brand that is trying to stay under the $40 US or under the $50 Australians, most of the brand. So this is becoming something for us that the challenge in having a good quality product that also has sustainability in mind is always been about the less is more. So if you have less ingredients, less on the packaging, then you kind of can conquer the game. Today is quite confusing for me with a lot of the journey that other brands are taking. You have to choose, as I said, what is going to be your sustainability journey as a person, as an individual, as a brand, as a community, as a family, you know, as a whole family. Like are you the one who walks to school? Or are you the one who drives very far away because you prefer that school or because it's better for you close to work? Like what kind of decisions you're making in your everyday life? So today in beauty, we have a lot of really incredible things that we have achieved as a brand, and I can go through them with you further in the interview, but I think it's interesting to do it.
I completely agree. And I love it, really does come back to our personal values. And we are inundated with beauty products in the market. There is a new product, I'm sure, released every second at this point because it just seems to be more and more and more. But I'm also finding that people are wanting to simplify. And by doing that and using multi-purpose products like you've created, it really is making their routine simpler. It's more time efficient, but it also has that beautiful sustainability knock on where it is using less. There won't be as much going into landfill. But in your case, you use such great packaging and sustainable choices that they can be recycled. It's not going to end up in landfill. And so, yeah, I think you've made such a beautiful point there. And I don't know, just something for people to start to become more aware of as well when they're purchasing products and when they're making those decisions about what do I truly need in my beauty routine? Do I need 100 products? Or can I narrow it down and use maybe 5 to 6 really beautifully well-made quality products that perform in multiple ways so they're really getting a lot more out of them and they're using them? Because I think as well, that's another thing. So many people buy these products, but they're not all getting used. They also end up just getting replaced by the next new thing or the next trend that comes out, but really being more thoughtful in our decision making and buying things that we truly love.
I think there's so many things that you can do as a brand, and for me, it is always like what we want is just to look more beautiful. You know, like it's always been there is that also different personality out there. I always have this, you know, 3 ladies in my head, and I always look at them and I go, okay, then you go Jennifer Aniston, Gwyneth Paltrow, Kim Kardashian. I always have these 3 different women, you know, who have make different statements in their lives and why, and how do you look gorgeously beautiful with age and stay who you are, or how do you stay and you don't know how they do it, you know, and stay healthy and look good, or how do you try to change yourself because it just makes you confident, which is also value. Is who you are as a woman is also the choice that you do in your beauty journey. So for me, I try for example, I tell you, be honest today, I'm getting a lot of gray hairs now. I'm turning 50 soon, and this year, and I just go, okay, I have to decide. Do I stay with my gray hair? Do I ever dye my hair in my life? So I have to choose. That's a choice. You know, that's what I'm saying. Like it's not right or wrong. It's what. So I go, and then I look at my mom, I look at my grandma, and say, okay, well, they're being happy with dyeing their hair. I might feel good, so I'm gonna live it. And then a few photos I have or a few videos, I go, oh, well, I'm just gonna just cover a little, and I grab my own mascara and I just cover here, just the very front, because I have this big wave of white right at the front of gray hair. And then I decide that's who I am. I go, okay, I'm just gonna do that now. I don't think I'm ready just to have the curl at the bill right here. And so this is a choice. But then my friends, you know, I have friends who are beautiful hairdressers or have good salons, and they go, oh, I think we have time now, Eri, we want to do your hair. And I was like, I don't want to do it. And I said, I think you will look really good if you do. And I was like, I'm not sure. So this is a decision that I have to think about. I'm not ready to dye my hair because I feel like a virgin, you know, like I'm not ready. My hair is virgin. I've never done anything to it. I don't think I want to do anything. And then I look and I go, oh, you know, I have all these grays everywhere. I don't know. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. Who are you as a woman? Then you go to the nails, and I go, okay, so I never really do anything to my nails. I cut them, I clean them. But then you have a wedding. I have a wedding tomorrow, and it's like, sure, I should do my nails. You know, it will be nice. What kind of nail polish I'm going to use? So then if I go to the salon, they normally don't have anything healthy for the nails.
No.
I used to have a beautiful nail range, but I stopped having it because it was such difficult to export it and to transport it with all the online orders. And it's a decision we have to take, as a business. So no nail polish, but it was a better nail polish, as much as you can make it better. So then the choice today for me is what I'm going to do with my nails. So when I do my nails, this is what happened to me. I do my nails and everybody noticed because I never do my nails. So they go, oh, Ere, your nails. So, okay, but I have something to say. I like to say something. I want to be heard as a person, as a mom, as a wife, as a woman, as a sister. So sometimes the choice of a bigger eyelash, a bigger nail, sometimes it is what you have to say about yourself. Sometimes people maybe listens to you because you do have that on you. And whatever works for you as a woman, you can do it. And this is your choice. So this whole interview for me, I just want to make sure that what the women who listen to this and the men is about choices. Is all that is. You choose. Besides what the government does, besides what the external factors of the weather do to us, we have a choice. And the choice is every day, every minute, in everything we do, we eat, we buy. And it should not be something stressful. It should be something that it comes naturally with you as you go. You have to grow on your own time if who you want to be. Like, I want to have a coffee and I like it with sugar. And I shouldn't, because now I should not have sugar at my age and the menopause, and I'm already a VIP lady. So I said, well, what can I do? I said, okay, how can I give up on sugar if it's something I love so much? Like butter. I love butter. I love bread and butter. Oh my God, I could just drown myself in bread. So what can I do to do that? And I feel like if I create something different, and make myself a different choice of who I am, it could help me to maybe express what I want to say in just changing a few things, but not everything. Yes. So if I want to change my nails, I will, but I just hope it doesn't make a massive, impact in, at the end of the day, I want to say something.
Yes.
And this is exactly how I feel today. I feel like if you change yourself a lot and you're no longer that person, then maybe you're hiding, or maybe before that didn't work for you and you just need to be heard by, oh my God, who's this blonde lady? I used to have that hair, or whatever happens. I know you had yourself a massive transformation, and this is something that it has been positive and incredible for you. And this is what I'm saying, like, it's a choice that you made and you knew you have your risk, your followers know about it. And I think this is how I believe in you, how brave you are, because you took that decision of doing this yourself. And for me, when I walk out of the door and I find this summer who's not there, or this winter that's not there, or this spring that is not there, and the weather is changing so crazy, I know it is my choice to help the weather. I need to have better decisions. I need to think in sustainability. And every time if we have to put an order of thousands of plastics to create a product that I just happen to love to make, I do feel guilty. There is a guilty to us. When you produce products, you're like, okay, and then you go out and you just straight away put in the aircon on your car because the car is so hot. And then you go, wow. And my mother lives in a city, there's no water. They're already in day zero, in Mexico. And you're like, we are in day zero in many cities, like Mexico City. Nobody talks about that. That's not on the news. Like there is cities who have no water already. And that's something that, so for me, what can I do?
Yeah. It's just in those daily choices. Like you said, it all comes down to choice. And yeah, you've summed it up so beautifully that we can all make, like you said, there's no right or wrong, but what's right for you. And as you evolve as a person, your choices will change, and that's okay too. We all evolve as humans. And, I think especially as a brand, you've created such a positive footprint in the industry. And just to even hear that you feel guilty at times about things that happen in production, that just really shows the heart and soul of your business. And that is 100% why I support you. And I've been a huge fan of you since day one.
Thank you, Marisa. Thank you. Well, that's exactly what I'm living right now. I'm living changes. I'm trying to do different things. As you know, we ditched the lipstick. You know, we do have the crayon, as you know.
Yes.
That was a big decision. Obviously, like, oh, I have 20 lipsticks and now I'm going down to 6 crayons. That was a big one, a big argument right at home. We call it the war. War in the room, like what to do. You know, when you're gonna do your next order, what will you do? You know, should we do this over again or not? It wasn't something to take it lightly. When you decide to change something, just to and it pay off. You know, we did go Allure Awards, and it is a beautiful lipstick. It does last a long time, but some people is not ready to sharpen, and that's valuable. You know, people still like the good lipstick. So if we do gonna make one beautiful lipstick, it should be good. It should last. It should, you know, it should not. You know, some people just like everyday lipstick. In 3 weeks, the lipstick is gone, and then you ditch the packaging. It is a tough call, you know, in sustainability. Also, you know, what we created with the whale, like just having something
genius.
that inside, that's my own design. So it doesn't have anything. And but I'm just trying to think about timeless, you know. I'm trying to think something that it's a collectible. So, but it is, let's say you actually lose it and you end up with 2 things or 3 things or 1 thing, then the whole thing goes into the curb of the recycling. It's more than 2 inches of aluminum. So not having a sticker, no paint, just make it. In today, when you're trying to do commerce and sell something, you also have to be different. And that's that. Most of the beauty companies, you know, we have to buy packaging who's already made. It's hard to make your own packaging. It's expensive. And that's something that I take the risk. Let's design our own thing and see if it pays off. It doesn't mean we're making any money. You know, it takes time. If you invest a lot in changing the packaging from scratch and it's your own design, it's hard, unless I'm going to sell products for $100, which many companies have to do that. And I understand it, but then it's hard for the consumer to have access to. So for me, you know, if you have a powder, it's very simple. You've got 1 powder, there's nothing in it. It just gets full. The whole thing can be, you know, thrown out. But this is different than when you have the whole compact with the glass, with the mirror, with the hinges, with like, so, and I can't stress enough thinking, there's massive, big elephants out there in the beauty industry who give so much employment to people. It's not like they can just say, oh, we're just going to throw away all our powders. You know, you can't just do that. Like, it's not, it's easy for people to judge why bigger companies, they are not carbon neutral. Like, I've been carbon neutral for 7 years. Why L'Oreal wants to be by 2030. You know, they're very big corporations. They can't just change out of the sudden, but we are small businesses or big voices like yours, Marisa. As small as you think you are, you can be as big as you want in the audience you have, because you are doing a small change, but just voice it. You know, you have a voice, and it is making interesting for people that, oh, maybe I should do that. You know, little things like, why not? Like I said to a friend, why you don't buy the whole cheese? Like, I buy the whole big vat of cheese. You know, the kids like Colby or Tasty cheese or whatever. And you buy the whole thing. And then you make little soldiers, I call them. I say, you want little soldiers? And then just make the little, and then you save all this little plastic, you know? It still comes in plastic. But how do you make that change? Like, it is not difficult, but it is something that it requires, probably think it's time, but it's time to care. Time is the most important resource, I guess, is the only one who we cannot buy. We cannot buy time. You cannot have it again, and it doesn't come back. Things happen, unfortunately, like what's going on with the princes, you know, in the UK. Like, you can have everything, and one day your health is not well, and that's nothing you can do about it, regardless of how much you have behind you. And this is something, if you work hard on it, and then you have a positive attitude, things you can overcome. And I think the way to heal the planet is exactly the same. We can all feel like royalty because we live in this incredible planet. I think we are royalty. We have this incredible planet. It was designed for us to live in it. This is our earth, and it's the only one that has water, because we meant to be here. We need water to survive. So for it, there is a need of doing simple things, getting good, simple dresses, designs that you can use in many ways, many times, again and again, good quality things that could make you stand out in your daily changes. And maybe all you need is to change the earrings. So, you know, I am a big advocate of reusable. Always, I always been like that. I guess coming from a family, my mother has 7 sisters, so they're passing the clothes from one to the other was very normal. I go to Mexico and leave all the dresses to my mom. Then she gives me stuff. Like, she is young, you know, 20 years older than me, my mom. So she's 70 now, I'm 50, and it's together. We just have a lot of fun with our earrings and dresses. But unfortunately, I've already have a bigger size, a bigger bum. But it's fun to change clothes with her. But I find that if I feel confident in something, it's a good quality, I don't need to change it. You know, trends are also quite harmful for the earth.
Oh, yes.
You know, it is this constantly change of what is needed. I see today, but you know what, Marisa, today I see with my young daughters, like I have 14, 12-year-old and an 8-year-old boy. As teens in high school, they're both in high school now, year 8 and year 9. Their friends, for example, I give them a present. Here's a gloss, and then the next year is their birthday, and here's a gloss, and they say, no thanks, I've got one. You know, this is a new generation. They actually, oh, thank you, Erin, I love it, I still wear it, but they don't use much, so they don't need another one. So they actually, the little boy, 8-year-old, their friends and him, they're already adopting an elephant. You know, they having this, instead of getting all these Legos now they, which is good. As that, well, now they're thinking about it. You know, the Lego is such an incredible idea and an incredible game, where, you know, many years ago, the slogan was last forever, and they do, you know, it's a plastic that lasts forever. So it's an incredible toy that has helped many kids to use their genius side in their brains to develop and build. It's an incredible toy. But it is today, as you get them up, they want another one and another one and another one. So we make a deal in the house, so you have everything on a bucket, and you have to keep on building things yourself. You can't just get a new one and get the map. You got to do your own idea, your own design, and reuse all the blocks that you got already on the box, because it's like so many again and again, little pieces. So we have to try, you know, to look for the messy skills that the people needs to create that new generation of kids who want to reuse what they have. And they do care, and they do worry. The primary schools, public, and no, my kids are in public school here in Bondi, and they love, you know, to do things like that. About, it has to do with the ecosystem and how it works and recyclability. So I think it's a big conversation that it doesn't stop in a Zoom. I think it's something that is a daily choice.
Absolutely. And I love that there is more awareness for, you know, these new generations and for our children, and, you know, they're going to be the leaders in the future. And if they're equipped with this knowledge and wanting to create a better world, then I have a lot of hope for humanity and for the planet, because we're going to have a lot of powerful people who care, you know, and I think that's just so important.
That's what I thought, and this is exactly what I think we have to put together ourselves. Just a positive attitude, like thinking, okay, individual changes for the collective good.
Yes,
you know?
Absolutely. And I think you do such a great job at that, especially with your products. Like, just for example, your award-winning cocoa crayon that you shared earlier is zero waste, you know, and your makeup wheel, like, that was a world first. It has no hinges, it has no screws, it has no mirror. You've done such an incredible job at creating these thoughtful pieces of beauty, which are more than just a beauty product. It is an item which you can continue to use. So it really is that less is more approach, but it's been so beautifully crafted that you do want to keep it forever.
Thank you. I'm glad that you see that, and thank you for having time on in see all of that. Some people don't really understand it, but I can see that you do, and I find that I do feel like we're doing the trailblazing, and a lot of big players are watching what we do, which is a good influence. So that makes me happy. I don't see it as competition at all. I see it like it is making a positive impact in people who actually makes a change.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess we're always reevaluating and striving to improve our environmental footprints. What else are you doing in terms of future products or other things within the brand to, I guess, create a more sustainable future?
What's next for us is that time savers, water savers,
Yes.
which is the most important two things for me right now. So we are, reducing the water, going for zero water on products, and just to make it a completely new thing. So you're gonna have soon our next baby. Be getting pregnant again.
Yeah.
I always say to my friends, like our product is like an elephant pregnancy. Takes more than 2 years or more. As you know, we ran for 22 years, and it's just been a long journey. And every single product, it takes a while. I still say I still don't have a liquid eyeliner, and I always say it because I can't make it clean. I know there is many in the market, but we quite picky with the way we do our formula. So it's been something I haven't not be able to. I try so many, and it just doesn't work. Just making a liner that is gonna run, better not. So this is, getting there to try to do something that is super good for sensitive skin and is hard, with very basic ingredients that it works as being honestly clean is really difficult. So I find that as the family is growing and all the products we have now is been just over 2 decades just working on this, and we have so many failures already and so many wins, and I'm proud of that. And that's why I'm just happy to keep going in this journey and make more things. So stay tuned.
Oh, I'm so excited. And I'm always loving just watching what you're doing next and what you're creating, not just in terms of products, but also just in terms of the sustainable practices that you have within your business and that you share with everyone. I just think, like you said, it's just being that voice and planting that seed, because someone may not have considered that as even being a thing within their beauty routine, like, oh, a lot of water's been used to create this. Like, these are things that people probably don't look at when they just see a product at face value. But by
Yes.
you sharing and educating, you're creating a lot of awareness around that.
Yes, it's true. It's true. And I find also that everything you do, like people notice, and then it does gives you that petrol that you need to keep on going and keep on moving. That's really good.
Absolutely. Well, Eri, thank you so much for joining me today and chatting to me on Earth Day. I couldn't think of a better way to start the day. And
And
yeah, I cannot wait to see what you release next.
thank you, Marisa. Thank you. And yes, and thank you everybody who will watch this and who's watching this video. And yes, the best makeup you can wear is a smile. So just
Absolutely.
that, and yes, be positive. The world, it shows today a lot of love and compassion. There's a lot of difficulties happening, but I think if we all do little individual changes and care, and I think we can make it as a humankind. We can do change what is happening. I believe, believe shifts biology, and I believe so much on it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Thank you. Bye,
Thank
Marisa.
Bye.